Archie for Urban Asian, and I'm talking with acclaimed songwriter, performer, author, man of everything, Jack Knight.
Today you feel as everyone hates, pointing their finger.
So what are the challenges and what do you find comes easy when it comes to writing for another artist?
I think each project has its own originality, in a sense. Some writers write for the artist and the artist doesn't write anything. Other artists like to collaborate and co-write. So it depends on the situation. Like a lot of legendary artists like Lauryn Hill and Bob Marley and Marvin Gaye and Neo, a lot of those writers write a lot of their own material and they write for other people as well. Some writers, in the sense that I've written for, most of the time I try to give my story, but I like to take my story and combine it with their story. Because sometimes when you get two or more people working on a song, it just comes out better. And that's what I learned, really from Diddy. He kind of taught us when we're writing a song, whether a person has this percentage or that percentage, long as it's a great record that the fans can resonate with. Since we've been out here, we've got the attention of Modest Yahoo. Modest Yahoo, as you know, he's one of the biggest pop reggae stars. I always wanted to write for him, but I knew people like him always write for themselves, most of the time, because the content is so deep and so relevant. But this one song we wrote called Fire Burn is an incredible song. I sent it to him just by chance, and he got it, and he loved the record. So me and the guys have wound up doing a good percentage of his album now.
Do you find that for you, your inspiration really comes from those negative, so-called negative experiences, or do you ever find that it's also the positive stuff that helps bring out some of the best work as well?
That's a good question, and I think that most of my material in the past has been about conflict. Like there was a young lady I was seeing at one point, and she told me if I was to ever, step out on her, that she would leave and that she would pursue someone else. You know what I'm saying? If she ever caught me or found that I was stepping out. And I really loved her. We was good friends for a lot of years. But me being young, I did a few things and stepped out, and she found out. And I tried to call her up numerous times, over and over again. I left messages on her phone, on her cell phone, so forth and so on. She didn't pick up. So at that point, I knew from what I had did that the relationship was in jeopardy. It was basically over. So when I walked in the studio that was nearby where I go all the time. It's called Daddy's House in Midtown Manhattan. And Diddy and Mario Winans had a beat on. And when I walked in and heard that beat, that song, that experience automatically just came to me from hearing that beat. And that song was a song I wrote called Last Night.
Last night, I couldn't even get an answer.
So you're really creating words and creating beautiful material, but for other people. And now that you have that, you're kind of going on to being like, okay, step into yourself, yes. I guess?
Definitely. I think, it's a great feeling when you get off a plane and you get inside of a cab and, the cab driver, turns music on or asks you what music you want to listen to. You turn to the radio station, you hear your song come on. That's like a great feeling. And sometimes the cab driver doesn't even know it's your record, but you just, inside you just smile like, wow, that's my song playing. So it's a good feeling from that. But I believe it's an even greater feeling when you have written a song about your experience, you sing the song, and you perform the song. Because I think the crowd feels that as well, that authenticity. And that's something I want to add on to me as well. Partnering with Urban Asian has been a good thing for me. I did an article with you guys a few months back that was great. And to finally do something on film and really interact and have the fans see me talk about my career and about my music and where I'm going is definitely, fascinating.
So I think what most Urban Asian fans want to know is whether or not you have plans, specific plans, to go to India to work on anything specifically Bollywood related.
Oh yes, well, we wanted to start off with our social initiative with Urban Asian. The goal was to go out to Asia or Mumbai or any place like that and give classes to kids on songwriting techniques and production techniques and things like that. So we want to start it off on a social component. In terms of collaborating, there's been a few artists that I've been looking at. I'm not going to say any names because I don't want them to get grabbed up before I work with them. But there's been a few artists that Roshni and the Urban Asian staff has been keeping me abreast about, and some real great singers who don't only sing Asian style music, but sing even commercial music, and probably can do both, and that's a good thing. So I'm definitely looking at artists right now that I'm looking to kind of get down with me and do some writing and possibly even produce some albums for a few artists out there. That'd be fun. Every day I wake up, I'm trying to perfect my craft and get better and better at what I do. That's the main thing, really trying to make people see that, okay, he made that last year, but now this year he's made something even more spectacular, more better to help me enjoy my life. And I think that's the main thing. Always perfect your craft, be true to yourself, remain humble. That's the main thing.
I'm Agam Darshi for Urban Asian. This is Jack Knight. And how do you say in the hip-hop cool world that you're in, like, peace out? I don't know, what did they do?
We holla at you later.
We'll holla at you later.